Hey, what's good, BT Gang? And we back with another banger, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again on BT, and welcome to BT Sense. And today, y'all, before we get to the video, as always, man, make sure y'all go check out my friends over at clonedecanted.ca. They're a clone decanted company based out of Canada, sort of similar to fragrancebuy.ca. They have decants for as low as $2 to $3, man. So make sure y'all take advantage of that. Stop blind buying full bottles just for them to collect dust in your collection shelf. Make sure you check it out. And if you use my code BTSense10 at checkout, that's BTSense10 at checkout, you will get 10% off. Everything is down in the description. Okay, y'all, check it out. November is coming to an end, which is crazy to me because it feels like it was just the new year here. But we about to be in December, man. Like, what? And it's really, really starting to get cold around here in the Northeast, up here in Philly. So my top 5 fragrances in November do sort of go into the warmer, cooler, like type of, scents. And I'm excited for this, man. I'm really, really excited for this. These are my top 5 most warm fragrances of the month. And we can go ahead and hop into it right here, man. So at number 5, we got Spectre Ghost right here from FA Paris. If y'all don't know, this is an inspiration of Nijane's Ani, which is a very like vanilla forward fragrance. A lot of people say it's the best vanilla scent out there, and I can't disagree. This is good, man. It has like a vanilla, it's like a, I don't know, it has lime, like a lime note in it. It's almost pie, like key lime pie-ish with some vanilla. Like, I might be totally wrong, but I don't even know the notes off the top of my head. I just know it's like a vanilla. It's a vanilla forward fragrance. One of my favorite vanilla scents. Might be the favorite, but it's just so good, especially when you compare it to Nijane Ani. I will say Ani has a little bit more body, a little bit more dimensions. And the quality obviously is better. Like, a lot of people think when I'm talking about these these clones, I'm just, saying the clones are always 100% better than the actual niche fragrance. And there's rare occasions where I prefer the clone over the OG. But I'm not going to be blind to the fact that these niche companies are using like really good natural products. So keep that in mind. Keep it in with a grain of salt. When it comes down to the value, what you get for bang for your buck, then I'll start praising the clones. But you got to give it up for the OGs at the end of the day. But nonetheless, this is a great interpretation of Nijane Ani. Like I said, it is a little bit lighter, but it doesn't mean that this thing doesn't perform, man. It performs crazily good. Like, it's some strong stuff. And it's very, very low key because you go nose blind to it. You go really, really nose blind to this stuff. It's so strong, it just pierces your nose. It punches you constantly, just till your nose can't smell anymore. And it's a very, very good smell. Surprisingly, this is up there. Like, it's gotten me a lot of unsolicited compliments, like from people that I had no idea were even like, I didn't know them. Like, I was walking around, I was at the store, I was outside, I was just, minding my own business, and I had got a couple of unsolicited compliments from this. So definitely could check this one out, man. My favorite thing about this, it is a pressurized atomizer. I'm not going to spray it because, like I said, this stuff is really, really strong, and I don't want my apartment smelling like this fragrance right now. But a very, very nice, cozy, good winter, fall fragrance, vanillic. Honestly, it's unisex in my opinion. Women can wear this. It's very vanilla forward. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's vanilla with some personality, man. It's not just a sickeningly sweet vanilla that smells like a Bath and Body Works body spray, a body mist. This has some personality. It has dimensions, and I really think you're gonna like it because it's different too. Like, it's vanilla, but like I said, it's different. A lot of people haven't smelled anything like this. So definitely rock this with confidence, and I definitely rocked it with confidence in November. Very, very good scent. We got Spectre Ghost from FA Paris. All right, man. This one, I just copped it, I think, in October, I believe. And it's an inspiration of, what is it an inspiration of? 1 Million Elixir. This one right here is Al Raiee from Fragrance World. Oh, my goodness, man. This is the perfect time of year for this fragrance. Like fall, early winter, even going into the deep winter, man. This is beautiful. This is just, and it's almost 1-to-1 to Elixir, man. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people say Elixir performs better, but if Elixir performs better, it might be too much because this performs really, really good. I'm talking really good, man. Like, this performs, especially when you put it on clothes and your hoodies, outside wear. You just get like some rose, just some jammy, fruity notes, some vanilla in the background. One thing I will say, like, y'all know the story I told y'all about this. I sprayed this on my hoodie one day, and the next, like, in 2 or 3 days, I walked by it on the hook of my coat rack. And I walked by it, I'm like, dang, it smells like 1 million Elixir. And I couldn't fathom, like, where is it coming from? Like, I thought I spilled some on myself when I was, like, doing my morning routine. But no, it was just my hoodie hanging up on a hook right beside the stairwell. And it just simply was just, like, projecting and pushing like I just sprayed it when I haven't sprayed it for, like, 2 to 3 days. I'm like, yo, this stuff is really sticking on this hoodie. And it definitely sticks, especially on clothes, man. This stuff is, man, this is so underrated. Because I didn't even hear about it until I got on Reddit, and then I saw it all over YouTube. Everybody talking about it all over YouTube, saying this is good, this is good, this is good. You know, I took it with a grain of salt, but then I saw my man Sense Over Sense. He was talking about it on his channel. I'm like, all right, I gotta copy it. I'm a big fan of 1 Million Lucky. I'm a big fan of 1 Million Parfum. I was like, Elixir, I've been looking for a good inspiration for that. I go to Sephora, I smell that all the time, but I never found a good inspiration. So I just tried it out. I wanted to see what it would smell like. This is some fantastic stuff, man. This is going to be in my rotation for a long time this upcoming winter, man. Really, really good stuff. If you like 1 Million Elixir, you don't like the price, just get this, man. This is literally 1-to-1, in my opinion. It's 1-to-1. Like, it's going to smell just as good. The quality is very similar. Apparently, longevity is not good compared to Elixir, but this thing gives me at least 8 hours. 8 hours, a little bit more than a moderate projection, but definitely 8 hours sticks to the skin very, very well, as well as the clothes, as I told y'all before. I have nothing bad to say about this fragrance, man. Fragrance World, Al Raiee, 1 Million Elixir inspiration. Y'all, my hands is crazy ashy, too. I just noticed that. Anyway, you know, the show must go on, you know. All right, now this is really, really good. I kind of slowed down. This would be number 1 on the list. But I slowed down when wearing this stuff because I was just wearing it way too much. And it's like, it's too easy. You know, like when you play in 2K, you just get the game, you start playing, you put it on easy when you first start. You put it on rookie. But then, like, you get bored of scoring on a CPU over and over. You want to up your game. So you might put it on legend. Then you might go to Hall of Fame. This is compliments on easy mode. This is just too easy. And that's kind of why I stopped wearing it. This is Dua Casino Elixir, y'all. Dang, my hands look ashy. But this is Dua Casino Elixir. And this stuff is a Creed Ventus and Baccarat Rouge X-Ray inspiration. It's too easy, man. It's just too easy. Like, literally, like, every Uber I've gotten in with this fragrance, they give me a compliment. Every time I go out to a social occasion, a bar, a club, you know, just out in public, I get a compliment like every single time. I've never had a fragrance where every single time I got a compliment. Club de Nuit is close. Dior Sauvage is close. But this is completely like different from both of them. Not different, but this is original. Like, you get hints of the Aventus, of course, but it just comes around with that Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait sweetness. A little bit of that woodiness, that sugariness, and then you get it with that bergamot, that smoke, that birch, and that Aventus. And I always say this is probably like 60% Aventus and 40% Baccarat. And the reason I bought this was because I wanted to wear Baccarat in the summertime. But it's like, it's winter. It's about to be winter. And I'm still wearing this stuff. Untold has been getting a lot of wearings. It's probably going to replace this because it has a little bit more body. It's sweeter, but this performs greatly as well. That's kind of why I'm still rocking it, because it just still performs no matter the weather. But man, like, I don't like one of the Ubers I was in, he was like, yo, I need that, put it in my phone. And he was like, this is only $40, $30. I was like, yeah, man, try it out. So shout out to my guy, I hope he tried it out. I didn't tell him about the channel, but maybe I should have. But man, this is just compliments galore. This is compliments galore. And I tell y'all stories, like, people have seen me one night and they'll see me another day and they'll be like my clothes, I smelled you when I got home and you weren't even with me, you know, like, type stuff. Like, people smell this on, like, this is strong. Like, if you like hug them or interaction, handshake, anything like that your smell is going to rub off on them and they're going to remember that. I'm just saying. Cause like, everybody's like, yo, I can still smell you, man. I can still smell you. I can still smell, like, everybody could still smell me even when I'm not around. So this stuff, I'm telling you, this is one of them lasting impression fragrances that, you know, keep people going crazy. But yeah, that's number 3 on the list. Number 2 on the list, man. This is Prada Luna Rosa Black. One of my favorites. I feel like it's starting not to be as underrated, you know, as it used to be. This I think it's like some powder. I think it's benzoin in this. It's just sweet powdery vanillic. Sweet powdery vanillic. That's what I think this thing is. Does have a powdery smell. I do not like powdery fragrances as much. My man Tazo, the reviewer, shout out to him. He always talks about black and gold prestigium. I want to try them out. I'm just not a powder guy, man. But nonetheless, this is magical, man. This is magical. I always tell y'all this does not have beast mode projection, but somehow, some way or another, this is a compliment magnet, and I think it has to be the sillage. When I walk by, if this gets caught in the wind, if you're behind me, trailing me, you're gonna catch this sillage, and this is one of them like magical sillage fragrances that just gets the job done. If you're sitting still, you might not, feel the benefits of this fragrance. But if you're moving around, if you're active, if you socializing, if you, hand movements, gestures, they're going to get a whiff of this, man. And when they do, this is so mysterious and seductive. And it's the reason why this fragrance, like, I don't go out and just buy full bottles for no reason. This is, I'm telling you, man. And it's not a strong projector, but it does stick to your skin for 8 hours. It's not, I would say it's on the moderate side. It's not going to project like a beast. But as you walking by, as you moving, even in my hoodie, I got a hoodie I wore like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I can still smell this on a hoodie I put on like 2 days ago. And I was like, man, this smells like Prada and Little Rosa Black because it sticks. It doesn't project heavily, but it sticks. That's why I think this works perfectly for work, but also for intimate settings like a one-on-one date or anything like that. I wore this one time in a work, and my coworker was like, man, what is that? Like, she was like, what is that? I have to know what that is. And I told her. But yeah, this is Prada Luna Rosa Black. Very, very underrated fragrance, man. Definitely check it out. And look at that all black presentation. I would have wore this more, but number one, this still shocks me to this day, and I got to give it its love. So yeah, that's number 2 on the list, Prada Luna Rosa Black. Number 1 on the list, man, is Maison Alhambra's Cassius. Shout out, every time I got to tell them, shout out to the scent bubble, man, for putting me on to this. Now, this is a fragrance I was scared of. Not because it's crazy challenging. It's not crazy challenging. It can be a little challenging because it's very unique. It's spicy, has that nutmeg, has some saffron, has like a Middle Eastern like feel to it. But I was scared because I felt like I wasn't ready for this fragrance. Because when I put my nose to it, I feel like this is a proper attire like fragrance. Like, you gotta have your like stuff put together. You gotta be decently like dressed up. I'm talking pea coat, nice, like maybe tie and suit, like anything, something nice. And I felt like that wasn't my style because I don't wear button ups and suits every day. That's not what I do in my casual life. So I feel like I wasn't ready for this fragrance. But nonetheless, I bought it. I wore it here and there. Every time I wore it, I liked it even more, to the point where it's been times where I wore this 3 to 4 days in a row. And Cassius has just surprised me so much because it's so close. I have the OG Carlisle, the decanted OG Carlisle at least, so I know what the juice smells like. I know what it performs like. This is really, really close. I would say 90, 95%. You do get better performance out of Carlisle, but like this much, not crazy, this much. And I feel like for the fact that Carlisle is such a well-blended, like crazy, like DNA that's not, I feel like it's not easy to replicate with all those like ingredients and natural spices and the nutmeg and the saffron. I feel like it's really not a easy like DNA to replicate. The fact that Maison Alhambra did this for sub $30, it just blows my mind. The presentation is very similar. Performance is very, very good. You get a good 8 hours, possibly even more. I'm more than likely showering after 8 hours. My dad smelled this and he bought it right away. So shout out to my pops. I love him. But man, I can't even tell you how good this stuff is, man. This is business. This is Edge's Alba. This is BT Scents. This is I'm playing. But this is just a great fragrance, man. This is a handsome man with his life put together, bro. And I always joke about me when I mention Social Security, but that's what this is. This is just like a secure masculine man with his stuff together. Like, this is just fantastic. Like I said, 90 to 95% close in my opinion to Carlisle. Really, really good stuff, man. Maison Alhambra's Cassius got a lot of wear out of me in November, and it's going to continue in December. You better believe it. But yeah, man, those are my top 5 fragrances for the month of November. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Y'all let me know y'all top 5 as well, man. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Peace, man.